All right, so part 3 is about correlation and regression. I added this kind of table to show us why we ended up here. So far, we have looked at exploring a single variable, right? That was all in the last section. And then also looking at relationships between two variables, which is what your discussion board is about this coming week 4. So we have ways to look at two categorical variables. This is a split or a stacked bar chart. We have ways to look at a categorical versus quantitative. So by the way, we had examples of this in the preview. For this one, this was the race versus plea deal. That was a split bar chart, right? And then for our box plot, that was the IV temperature. Remember, they gave us two options, either room temperature or body temp versus discomfort, which was on a scale, it looked like, from positive to negative 10. So we had a categorical versus a quantitative versus a categorical versus a categorical. So part 3 finishes up where that goes. The only other combination is looking at two quantitative variables at the same time. So that's exactly what we're going to do in this section. If you wanted to add to this table sort of what's coming up in part 3, you could add one last piece. Sorry, I get really angry when there's still pieces. Quantitative versus quantitative. The display for this would be a scatter plot, which we're going to see on the next page. And then for summary statistics, well, there's a lot of options here. The simplest is just the correlation coefficient or correlation itself. There's a measurement. But also regression gives us a little bit more in terms of some information. So both of those are more numeric methods versus a scatter plot is a display to let us just look and see what's going on with our data in the first place.